Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Happy new week. Happy week 3 of the Master Closet. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. This is our Monday live. You know what? Let me tag everybody in the group, which is right here at everyone. There we go. That way people can join us. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you had a really good weekend. We had a good weekend here. It rained all day yesterday, which at first my husband and I were really bummed out that it rained. And then we thought, you know what? We need a day off. So we were very happy that it rained. Carolyn, hello and welcome. Poor Carolyn's been trying so hard to get into the group, but I think we might have her all figured out. Hello, Sandy. Welcome to you as well. Okay. So if you're brand new to how this all works, basically Mondays, I go live at 11 a.m. Eastern time where I give you your checklist for the week. It's a 2-pager this week. Don't freak out. It's easy. And I outline the project. Every month we work on a different room. And right now we are in the master bedroom closet, which I honestly believe is the hardest space to declutter, clean, and organize in the entire home, mainly because we tend to have emotional attachment to our clothes, right? When you're sorting through and looking for things to get rid of, we can almost always find a reason to keep everything inside of our closets. So I think this is a hard room to work on, but my hope is that by the end of this month, you'll have actionable, realistic tips that you can use not only this month to make progress, but any month going forward when you want to work on the master closet. And I suggest that you do a quick reset every new season, especially if you live in an area where each season has its own wardrobe, like I do. So, resetting your room at the start of each new season is a great way to give yourself a clean slate and a smaller collection of clothes inside of your closet. Okay. So for week 3, we are working on the floor, and this is going to be a big project. I know it was for me, but luckily mine is all done. We are in the process of packing to move, so I have to do my things a little bit early. So my closet is almost ready to walk away from. So there's that. But my floor was a hot mess, right? I don't know what it is that if you can shove things on the floor in the corner, out of sight, out of mind, we don't see the piles, therefore we don't stress about the mess. But what I would rather have you do is look at the floor as a valuable piece of real estate where you keep your clothes. A spot that needs to be utilized efficiently by incorporating organizers so that you can streamline that area, basically almost doubling how much space you have in your closet. So that's what we're going to work on this week. This checklist will walk you through it step by step, but let's break it down together as a group. So the first thing you're going to do, step number 1, be sure you have your sorting bins set up and nearby. So the bins that you're going to need, there are 4 of them. 1 is keep, anything that's going to stay on the closet floor. 2 is toss, anything that's ripped, stained, chipped, snagged, torn, stretched out is going to go in the trash can. Donate, anything that can go off to the donation center that isn't ripped, stained, torn, or snagged. You can also have a giveaway bin if you would like if you have a sister, a friend, an aunt that wears the same size clothes you do, they may want your clothes. I call this closet buddy, and this is a great way to pass on things that are hard for you to let go of in a more friendly way, without having to stress about donating things. Finally, the maybe box. And the maybe box is anything you're not quite sure you're ready to let go of. So let's say you find this sweater in your closet and you're like, yeah, I like that sweater, but I don't really wear it because I don't like that it's short sleeves. I like long sleeves on my sweater. So I don't know if I want to get rid of it yet, but I do know I haven't worn it in a really long time. I'm going to put it in the maybe box. That gives me a grace period before making the final decision on whether that item can stay or go. So what you do is you put items in the maybe box. Once you're done and it's filled, you write the date that you closed it up on the outside. You set a reminder on your phone for either 30, 60, or 90 days from today. And at the end of that time frame, whatever is still in that box can go to donation. If you pull an item out of that box within that time, that is your clue that you're able to keep that item because you do actually wear it. Okay. So that's the maybe box. And as you're decluttering the floor, if you find things that belong in the closet but not on the floor, take the time to put those things away. So if you find a shirt on a hanger that fell on the floor, don't declutter it, just hang it right back up. If you keep your jewelry on a shelf in your closet and you find a necklace on the floor, don't declutter it or sort it, just put it in the jewelry area when it belongs, where it belongs. Okay? All right. So once you have your sorting bin set up and you know exactly what goes into each sorting bin, then you could do step number 3, and that is start sorting. Remember, we don't declutter, we sort. That means a decision needs to be made on everything that is in a space. This allows us to feel more confident with our decisions, and we stop second guessing ourselves, causing undue stress that we don't need right now, right? Okay, so when it comes to your floor, depending on the size of your closet, I would divide it into sections. So if you have a really big closet, you might want to divide it into 7 sections. That is a section you can work on every day for the next 7 days. If you have a small closet, maybe you want to divide it in 4 sections and you can work on one section for 2 days or 1 3/4 days. Yes, I can math. Whatever is a reasonable pace for you to keep up with, that's how many sections you should have in your closet. So when it comes to sorting things on the floor, it is easier on your back, on your knees, on your shoulders, on all the things to gather up the entire section and take it to a sorting area. Don't take one thing at a time because you're going to be bending over a lot, right? That just hurt my back doing that. So take it to a sorting area. I like to sort on a sheet that I've spread out on my bed. It's a perfect height for me to sort things without having to bend over. But if you don't want to do that because maybe you're not sure you can finish this section before you have to go to bed tonight, then maybe set up a folding table just for this week while you work on the floor area. Okay. So you're going to take your first section on the floor, gather everything up, however many trips it takes. You can use a laundry basket. That might be easier and more efficient. Take everything to your sorting area, and you're going to work through each item, every single item that you brought out with you, and sort it into the appropriate bin. So remember I said everything needs to be touched and sorted. That's why you have a keep bin. So whatever is going to stay on the closet floor can go on the keep bin. If you have a lot of stuff that's staying on the closet floor, it could be a keep corner in your room. You just put everything in that corner, right? You're going to keep going till everything you brought out from that first section has been sorted. There's nothing left in that pile. Once that's done, I want you to either do the next section or stop and clean that section. I would do the entire floor, then clean it, then organize it. But you can do it one section at a time, depending on your schedule. For this example and for the checklist, we're doing the entire floor in one shot. So once you get that section done, you can go back, take another section, bring it out and sort it. Even if you're doing this over a series of days, that's fine. You don't have to put anything back. Keep your sorting bins away from the bed so that you and whoever, your spouse, whatever, can get into the bed and out without risking injury. But you could keep bringing things out and sorting them till everything is off your floor. Bring a stack out, set it in your sorting area, put everything where it belongs. Bring another stack out, put it in the sorting area wherever it belongs, and so on till there's nothing left on the floor. Once the floor is empty, now you can do some cleaning, and it's only going to take a couple minutes because there's nothing there. There are no obstacles in the way. So depending on the surface you have on your floor, you're either going to sleep, vacuum, mop, or wipe down the entire floor area. Make sure you clean any registers, baseboard trim, do the walls, any hooks, shelves, whatever you have in that area, clean it all, wipe it all down so you know once you put everything back, it was put in a clean slate, and that space does not have to be cleaned again until 3, 6, or 9 months from now. Okay. Once everything is clean and you have this fresh, clean slate, take a look and decide what's going to go where. Decide where the shoes are going to go, where your handbags and totes are going to go, where any storage bins are going to go. Choose the perfect spot for each of those things, and where they go will all depend on how frequently you access them. So let's say your shoes used to be a single layer all the way along the floor, just sitting there side by side. You're like, I need that to be more efficient because I want to use my floor space in a more convenient way. So instead, I'm going to invest in standing shelves So I can put all my shoes there. I'm going to put them on the one side of my closet, remove the hanging clothes over there so I can really stack those shelves up. And now all of my shoes are in one area. They're from chest level all the way down to the floor. It is very efficient for me to see everything there. It's easy for me to put things away, and it keeps my shoes in better shape. So really look at the space that you have. Really ask yourself the questions. If this is the first time I ever saw this closet, how would I organize it? How would I set it up? What would be the perfect spot for my shoes? That is an exercise I love to do every time I'm reorganizing a space because it allows me to see that area with fresh eyes. Okay? All right. So once you have a basic idea of what is going to go where, then you can use organizers that will make this spot stay neat, streamlined, and put away going forward. And a few ideas are tall baskets. Tall baskets with no lid are great for extra blankets for your bed, extra pillows, pillowcases, think electric blankets, things like that. Boxes with lids, shoe size boxes are perfect for shoes. You can do bigger boxes for seasonal scarves, gloves, hats, things like that. Baskets. These are great for things you use often. So you can have a basket that's wide open that has maybe your yoga pants in. You can have a basket that's wide open for your pajamas. That's actually how I store my pajamas. Things that just make it easy to find what you're looking for and just as easy to put them away where they belong. Okay. Plastic totes with lids. These are great for items that are used less frequently, like seasonal clothes, exercise wear, outdoor wear, like hiking clothes or skiing clothes, things like that. And finally, a shelf or a series of shelves or a shelving system. This is good for shoes, folded items, a cube that has the little cubby holes in it. You can put baskets inside. That's good for more folded items and so on. And then finally, once everything, all your organizers are in place, everything is put in the container where it belongs. Make sure you label each container as you're getting used to this new setup. Then you can congratulate yourself on a job well done. And that completes project number 3 in the master bedroom. Remember, labels are your friends, you guys, when you're organizing a space in a different way. Make them big, make them bold, make them temporary, because you need to test drive this new layout to make sure it makes sense to you. Okay. So I like to let new organizing setups coast, is what I like to call them, for at least 2 weeks. And that way, by the end of 2 weeks, I'll have a pretty good idea if this layout is going to work for me. And I look for cues to see if a layout is going to stick. That is, if I find things laying on the floor that belong in a container, then I know whatever setup I have for that particular item isn't working. If I find dirty clothes on my closet floor, even though I put a hanging hamper on the door, then I know that hanging hamper isn't working and I need to come up with a different solution. If I have a shelf in my closet to put all of my shoes, but I still find shoes scattered all over the house, then I know I need to set up a halfway point to help me get those shoes where they belong, like a basket outside my door where I can toss shoes in to get me used to putting them all the way in the closet. Those clues are what are going to help you better determine if your setup's working as is, if it needs to be tweaked, or if it needs to be scrapped and you have to start fresh. Okay. Now, a question I get asked quite often when some of these communal areas are getting worked on is, what do I do about my spouse, the person that shares the closet with me? And I have tried decluttering and organizing my husband's things, and let me just say, it doesn't work. Not only isn't it fair to me, it's not fair to him. So I have found I'm just organizing my own stuff. And hopefully, eventually, he comes along for the ride. And I'm glad to say he does now keep a more organized closet. It's not as organized as mine, but beggars can't be choosers when it comes to our husbands. So it is better than it was, right? How long did it take for him to get to that point? A few years. It wasn't a few months, it was a few years. And he still has spots that are very frustrating for me. So we're moving right now, right? And we're packing. And I'm trying to get rid of as many things as I can. And my things that I'm trying to get rid of, I try to do it when he's not around. So he can't say, oh, I'd sell that. Oh, you want to put that on Facebook Marketplace? I'm like, no, I've got a lot going on right now. I just want to take it to donation and let somebody enjoy that item without having to pay top dollar to get that item. You know what I mean? So I've been telling him our job is to downsize, not be forced to build a bigger house or pay for storage because we took everything with us. He's getting better, but he's not quite there yet. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I started decluttering over a decade ago. He is still a, a little bit behind me. He's better than he was, but he's still behind me. So be kind to your spouses. Let them travel this journey at their own pace. Declutter spots that are all your own that don't affect him and he will not affect, such as your side of the master closet, your side of the master bathroom, your side of your bed, your chair in the family room, and so on. Okay? All right. So before we finish today, we have a little bit of housekeeping to go over. I will be live this Friday, October 18th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with our one and only organizing inspiration for the master closet. If you have not come to one of these yet, I highly suggest that you do. This is where I scour the internet for great, genius ways to use organizers to streamline your closet. And it really does help get those creative juices flowing. I have some DIY ways that I show. I have some purchased ways that I show. And I have some really simple, revolutionary things that I show as well. So join me for that. Remember, if you cannot make it to any of these videos, they're all recorded. And the recordings are put in the Members Hub where you can access any of the videos for the entire year. Okay? All right, you guys. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day. Remember, Wednesday is the weekly check-in. Please make sure you let me know how you're doing. Friday is our bonus live video at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I will be back next Monday with our last project in the master bedroom. All right, you guys. Have a great day and happy decluttering. Bye, everybody.